All right, cheers to me. Holy I am not trying the whole thing. Beautiful.
It's just fun in here. It is like a party all the time. For me, it's just all about the flavor and just having people take a bite and then they're like, whoa. And there's just so much flavor going on in their mouths. My name is Stephanie Izard. I'm the chef and owner of Girl and the Goat. I went to University of Michigan for undergrad first. I was a sociology major. I started working at the Olive Garden. That was my first industry job. Their breadsticks are pretty damn tasty, I'm not gonna lie. After college, I ended up going to culinary school. My dad was like, you know, you haven't found anything you love in college as much as you love cooking, so you should go to culinary school. And I think at the time, I really thought that you graduate culinary school and you're like a chef. I didn't get that you graduate culinary school and you make $7 an hour and you make salads, but I was super excited. Anyways, my dad's like, you're gonna make $7 an hour? It's like, yeah, I'll make some salads, it's gonna be awesome. The restaurant I was working at closed for renovations and I came out to Chicago to visit some friends for a few days. While I was out here, it was like June when it's absolutely beautiful here. And there was just like nice people and cute boys everywhere. And I was like, I'm moving to Chicago. I make decisions just sort of last minute without telling anybody. So these are my two not a lot of hair Jared friends. I've actually known this not a lot of hair Jared for longer. When did we meet, like 4 years ago?
4 or 5 years ago, yeah.
I was dating his friend who's a chef in the city.
Yeah, I remember it.
This is Jared I met like, what did we decide, 2 months ago?
I think so. So we got cotto salami, finocchiona, Toscano salami, chorizo, soppressata, little pastrami, pate de campagna, some toast, piccalilli, and some assorted pickles and olives.
Yeah, I was actually thinking about this afternoon because I was thinking about meeting up with you and like we're gonna go find Karin, like all of our chefs that are, and I was like, are we the young generation? I was like, we're kind of like the medium-aged generation, but it's sort of like our generation, and like nothing against like, you know, the slightly
Older.
just ahead of our time, but people we all worked for, like Sean McLean and Paul Kahn and Rick
and
Bayless
respect.
and Charlie Trotter and all the people that
Yeah, for sure.
are sort of, you know, like, and now we're just sort of the people that worked for them, and now we're all just like buddies, let's make Chicago awesome.
It's one of the coolest things about being in Chicago is the camaraderie in the industry.
We just want the city to like get better, and we want to open fun, cool restaurants and support local and do as many charities as we can and all do it together because you can't do it by yourself. I think chefs all love hanging out with each other because we also learn from each other. So I guess the more stuff I can get out there and do while still keeping this place running, the better. So then I take both Jareds, both non-hair Jareds, over to Avec because it's my favorite restaurant in the city. Yeah, whenever I'm asked what's favorite restaurant in the city, Avec, Avec, Avec. Going to Avec is sort of just, it's going and hanging with your friends and drinking and eating and exactly what we try to capture here. And just, Karin's just cool. We became friends a couple of years ago. I mean, maybe a little bit of it is like, oh cool, like another cool chick chef that I can hang out with. But we hang out at events together, we're, you know, just sort of into supporting the same things. Brandad.
Yes.
And
No, Stephanie, it's okay. Don't really. No, it's all right.
Thank you.
Grandma pizza.
Queso fresco, green figs, serrano, and bicotta.
I like that.
Is it just taleggio?
Delicious ricotta.
Taleggio, ricotta,
Truffle oil.
a little truffle oil in between, like flatbread is sliced really thin, and it's freaking really delicious.
Yeah.
You're probably my only close female friend chef.
Love her. Let's put it out.
Anything.
Boom.
Let's put it out there.
In this city though, I don't have any other chick chef friends. I think that most women just decide to either go one way or another. They're gonna go have a family and have children or stick with the career. Maybe that's why there's not so many. It always comes up in conversation. Why are there so few females? And I don't know, well maybe more chicks should be doing this. I guess would be my answer.
It all depends on where you are in life. You know, I think at the level that we're at, and it's a little more intense. And
It is.
takes-
I mean, I think for anyone, like it's definitely taken a toll on me. Like yesterday I honestly had to leave work early and I just slept for like 12 hours straight. For some reason there are just more men in the industry. And I think part of it's also, when I started working on the industry, I'm not easily offended and nothing that guys can say in the kitchen is gonna bother me whatsoever. If they wanna talk about, you know, picking up chicks or, I mean, I'm not gonna get into the things that get talked about in kitchens, but if you're easily offended, it's not gonna work well for you. I'll just say that for women.
I love the Brendan. Salty, creamy goodness with like little teeny specks of crunchy.
It is so delicious.
Right?
Hold on. Salty, creamy goodness with like little specks of crunchy.
Teeny specks of crunchy.
That's you should put it on the menu as that.
After Beck, we walked down the street with our new little posse of chefs, walking back to Girl on the Go. We were doing this Elle magazine shoot a few weeks ago, and they wanted us to like look like we were after work eating lamb shanks together and stuff, and I was like, why don't we do that after work? That's pretty sweet.
So it's basically grilled octopus with a fish sauce and vinaigrette, fava beans, yellow wax beans, a little bit of house shallot, and some lemon pistachio vinaigrette. It's one of my favorite things in the menu.
One of my bartenders one day I got to work, he's like, what's your deal? He's like, you work 18 hours a day, 18, 19, 20, 22. Drink 4 and like sleep 2, if that adds up to 24, I'm not even sure right now.
I'm getting paid and I'm eating food. This is awesome. But I'm gonna get out of here before we got cleaned up for sure. I'm hopping on the bike and I'm gone.
Here's to being better looking than that table.
I mean, I don't think you need to go out and party till 4 a.m. with your chefs all the time. Sometimes I do that. Even if I hang out with them and party with them and take them to events and have a good time, they still will listen when I'm like, you're not plating that right. I don't know, I guess there's different ways of getting respect from people that work for you, and you know, maybe there's some people that work here that think I am just a crazy party girl and they're like, great boss lady. But I think for the most part, we've just created this really fun atmosphere to work in. And I've worked places where I go into other kitchens and it's absolute dead silence. And I've worked in a kitchen where I got in trouble for laughing. And I don't know, I laugh a lot. I sing and dance with my cooks. It's all about having fun. Eating is about having fun, so cooking should be about having fun.
There we go.